Left to right, senior Cedarious Barfield and senior Brandon Crenshaw-Dickson, whenever you guys are ready.
Brandon, coming off of the Nevada performance, how has the offense kind of, rebounded from that effort and looked, to put together a better performance on Saturday?
Steps moving forward. Last week we just, came out ready to work. It was a competition week last week, so as an offense, we know we should have had a better performance in the Nevada game. It was an embarrassing scene for the offense, but coming out last week, we came out, competed a lot with the defense. So,
What do you think was the main issue offensively against Nevada?
Not being able to run the ball was one of our biggest issues. We didn't have that many rushing yards, and then protecting the quarterback. We gave up one sack, but we got to be able to protect him 100% always and get the ball downfield with our running backs.
Cedarious, Coach Hogue said, I'm quoting him directly, that you guys are pissed off as a group and should be after the Nevada loss. Does that accurately describe how the players feel about that game and this season? And how do you channel that moving forward in a way to try to win whatever you can win the rest of the way?
Definitely, I agree. We're very competitive guys. We had a lot of, goals coming into the season. We had a pretty good fall camp. We thought we had a very great team. And then, the record doesn't show what we kind of wanted. And so, like you said, we've got to channel that into the next game, kind of play with the edge. It starts at practice. It started yesterday. We had a great day of practice. So we have to kind of take every snap and practice a little harder in every period we have. So, yeah, got to channel that.
Looking back at Aztec defense over the last group of years, from Brady to Rocky back to Brady, this defense has been superb, and we're sitting here this year looking at you guys giving up massive chunk plays, passes and runs. Why does that happen? Young guys, too many young guys, blown assignments, what is it?
I just feel like it's a lack of attention to detail. I wouldn't kind of blame it on the young guys, but I just say that I guess when you look at the big plays that we did give up, it was more MAs on our parts, people not being in the right position or kind of not getting the right calls and everything like that. So I wouldn't say it's more of a physical thing, guys, because we have the guys that can, play football, and I feel as though it's more lack of knowing what to do and how to do it. When you look at the past years, it was guys that, knew what they were doing at every assignment and stuff like that. So it comes with experience, but that's kind of the older guy's job to make sure everyone knows is on the right page.
I guess for either of you, how tough is it just the way the calendar landed that you had another off week, that you kind of got to sit on that loss for 2 weeks rather than having a chance the very next Saturday to do something about it? What is just sitting there for 2 weeks off that loss, how is that a unique challenge if it is? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I guess after a loss, you kind of want to get over it by playing that next week and kind of getting a win and stuff like that. So sitting on it isn't the best feeling because you kind of want to get that out of your system, but you kind of have to think about it for another week sort of thing, because that is your most recent game that you put out there. But it's kind of another thing where you do have to look past it. We have a game this week, and so I mean that kind of blew over. So now we're just focused on Utah State and continuing the season.
From the players' perspective, did you guys handle this bye week any differently than the first one? Either of you?
Well, offensively, we definitely came out competing a lot more. It was a competition at every position on the offensive side. And then competition not only there, but competition against our defense, making each other better on the field.
Cedarious, what are the biggest challenges coming up against Utah State from an offensive standpoint for you guys?
I mean, they're a great offense. They're averaging about 35 points a game, over 400 yards. They got 2 quarterbacks that can play very well. They got 3 receivers with 5+ touchdowns. I think one of them, Royals, he's like top 3 in the country with 10 touchdowns and stuff like that. Got a great running game, and Utah State is kind of a different type of offense. They spread you out, receivers line all the way towards the sideline and stuff like that, so make you cover that 53 and a third and stuff like that. So they have the guys to do it. It's always a fun matchup when we play them. Going back to 21, they kind of gave us a whooping, and then even before then, when we went over there to Utah State, it was a great competitive game. So I mean, At every position, they have a lot of ball players and stuff like that, so it's going to be fun. A lot of pressure on the DBs as well, but this is the kind of game that we look to play for, and so yeah, it's going to be fun.
Does not knowing which quarterback's going to start make any difference to you guys?
No, I wouldn't say so because they're kind of the same quarterback. One's a little taller and stuff like that, but they run the same offense when both of them are in. Yep.
Brandon, the guys in the running back room, and we've all interviewed them, they've all had flashes where they played really well, but yet there's been no consistency to the running game, power or burst plays, etc. Is that a byproduct of so many new kids in the offensive front that it just takes time to learn how to play the game in the trenches?
I wouldn't even say it's, the running back room. I'll put that on, me being the leader of the O-line room and trying to get, the run game going game per game. I would put that more on the O-line, us doing our jobs to the best of our ability to get the guys to the second level, third level, to have them make plays.
What's it like to have to learn under fire in the trenches to be able to make your block get to the second level? Just a reps thing?
I would say, yeah, it's a reps thing, kind of consistency and being able to have that under your belt, being able to play every rep same over and over and over again. It's kind of second to nature once you get on the football field and once you're playing in game.
Brandon, you moved over to the left side 2 weeks ago, and Drew has a party, got his first 2 starts. How do you think he's acclimated himself as a starter?
I feel like Drew's been doing a phenomenal job, over at the right side. In the run game, we've been working a lot as an offensive line, but in the pass game, we don't sleep on that as well. So I feel like he was definitely a good puzzle piece to put in, and he's been doing his job over there.
What does, obviously winning the conference championship is the ultimate goal. With your 1-3 record, that may not be feasible, but you can still get to a bowl game and play in a bowl game. You guys are seniors, and this is definitely your last year. What does it mean to you guys to be able to have that one last opportunity to play in a bowl game?
It means a lot, because we do say we still have something to play for, and then also the other issues that, are in the other room, just wanting to send us off the right way, and also just to uphold the past Aztecs, having 13 straight bowl games. It's something that, we're very competitive. Like I said before, we kind of don't want to be the first team to let those guys down as well, and to kind of carry that on into next year for the future Aztecs to keep going. So, yeah, it means a lot.
Question for both you guys. Through this adversity, how's the coaching staff handled it with the players? Are they angry and pushing you more? Or are they trying to fix it and teach you as you go through this process? Because 3 and 5 is not something we've experienced here in a long time. But so how has the coaching staff handled all this adversity?
Offensively, I feel like Coach Goff, Coach Lindley, the entire offensive coaching staff have handled it pretty well. Fixing our mistakes, coming out that next week and ready to work. Week by week, there's a lot of things that we got to work on, especially watching the film game per game. So coming out, working, and fixing the little things, keying in on the little things.
What about defensively?
I feel as though, I don't know, I would say that there's a lot of people that were on that 21 team when we did win 12 games, and then, of course, the coaching staff here. So, it is a little frustrating, and, of course, because we're all people that want to win and stuff like that. So I would say it's more of a technique thing, just kind of going down into the details. I wouldn't say that anyone's mad at each other, blaming each other. We know we're all in this together. And so this is just one of those things I felt as though we're a little closer, we want to kind of finish off this season right, and we know what we can do. So, yeah, I just feel as though it's more of a teaching thing, kind of bringing the younger guys along just so that they can, make sure that they keep their head up and everything like that going into next year. So finish it off strong.
Anything else?
Hey, Brandon, can you talk about short yardage situations where you're lined up to try to get 1 or 2 yards on a 3rd or a 4th down? Can you talk about the mentality? Because the other team knows you know what you're going to do. Can you talk about what's going on a play in that kind of situation?
One big thing I always tell the O-line, especially when in a situation like that, it's a must get. We got to get this right now. It's an opportunity to keep our defense off the field, 1, and 2, to get the first down and keep our drive going. Offensively, offensive line-wise, getting our pads down, getting low, and getting under the guy in front of us. You know, we've acclimated the QB sneak into our offense, so I feel like that has definitely played a big role in, you know, getting our first downs and the 3rd and 1s and the 4th and 1s and everything. So yeah.
Anything else with student athletics? Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
thanks, guys.